Oh yeah, yeah, this jam is the jam. Check me out, I'm jamming in my car while I sit like Santa. Oh, this is a song that you won't get sick of. I am sitting in the car, laughing all the way. Ha ha ha, look at me not go anywhere. It's Christmas time, you know. Yesterday was Christmas time and there is no snow. So let's sit in my car and do nothing alone. It is time to talk to you, even though you're not really here. Hey, I am all alone, sitting in my car. What am I doing here? I am very sad. Okay, this is what a horribleness. The worst. Oh, Lord. Oh, my. Well, that's how it goes. Okay, ooh. Sudden silence is, the silence is deafening. The aloneness is deafening. Well, look at me here. The person in front of me is getting out of their car. I don't know why. There's still 25 minutes to sit in the car alone. Greetings, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Belated. Merry Christmas. Belated. Happy New Year. Too soon. Soonish. The holidays are over. Do you consider New Year's Eve a holiday? Or is it just that day that everyone's got to celebrate? Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, tan, purple. If you see any purple people, turn them in. They're not from Earth. They may not celebrate New Year's Eve because they are not bound by the Roman calendar. This is a fact, a Rooney. And that is like a normal fact, but kind of slightly special. So it's me here in the car by myself. It is the day after Christmas. I hope that Christmas was good to you if you are a Christ-believing person. Or even if you're not. Some people who are not Christian celebrate the day because everybody's doing it. So they're all just choosing a day to celebrate. And really, you know, for most people, it's just sort of being thankful for each other and appreciating each other and then spending too much money on your kids. That's how it goes. And occasionally on your significant other or yourself, even if you can't afford it. But that's why we have this wonderful credit card system. That, of course, the barcode system was created by the devil. And by using it, you are basically sanctioning the devil's work. But again, you gotta buy your stuff for people, right? You can't just be like, no Christmas this year. You're just gonna have to play with all the crap that we bought you last year that you didn't use. This year, still in the box. But you can't say that kind of thing. You gotta be like, all right, bite the bullet. Put some extra zeros on the end of that credit card debt and let's argue about it in the new year. Or immediately after purchasing things. So, how was everyone's Christmas? I'm sure no one is looking at Facebook today, right now, because usually people who are watching this are at work. No one's at work right now. Everyone's sitting at home, doing their thing. Maybe they're at a movie. Maybe they're seeing Star Wars. Maybe they're seeing something else. Maybe they're watching a bunch of documentaries or just binging television. I have no way of knowing because I have to sit in my car the day after Christmas, sit here and wait and wait. And wait. I've been in the car for about 45 minutes already. Mostly just playing Clash Royale. I brought this book. I got this book, The Annihilation, which is going to be that movie real soon. That movie that's coming out with Natalie Portman as a scientist, if you can believe that kind of thing. And I just thought like, oh, that seems like an interesting story. I bet the book is better, as it often is. So I put that on my wish list, and I got that book for Christmas. So thank you. How did I do on Christmas? I did okay. Hey, Finn. How are you? I'm glad you're watching. I'm afraid to add you because I'm afraid that the connection will be terrible again. But you can always give it a shot if you'd like to chat about what you got for Christmas. And also chat about the fact that Finn sent me the photo recently of his wife's ski pass from Killington Mountain from, what year was it? It was a long time ago. 97? 98? That was a long time ago. Hey, it's Andy D. Merry Christmas to you. Andy D, I hope that you had a brisk number of sales of your fantastic Office Speak coffee cups and other products. I don't know how many meat curtains you sold. One of the things that Andy D sells is a beef salami meat curtain, like a shower curtain. So you have your meat curtains. Also a vaginal reference. So there's a double entendre. It's good times. Happy Yuletide to everybody. Let's see what happened so Christmas Eve had a sort of impromptu last minute party. Not a lot of people came by, but enough people came by that I kept drinking until it was too late to continue drinking. And I drank a lot of Moscow Mules. Not in the copper cup, because I don't care about that kind of thing. But I did enjoy them quite a bit. Again, I'm going to state Goya ginger beer is the best ginger beer for making Moscow Mules. It is the best. It is super fake and bad for you, but it is delicious. And it has a bite that makes a lot of people just like, ugh, it's just too gingery. My Uncle Richard famously spat out all over me this summer because he was like, let me try that drink. Like a classic spit take. I wish there had been a slow motion photo of that, just so they could capture just the all-encompassing spit spray that engulfed me. Yes, but it was a pleasant Christmas Eve with friends drinking. And then Christmas Day, an orgy of wrapping paper. What did I get? What didn't I get? Oh my golly. I received a modicum of gifts, and they were all wonderful and thoughtful. I will say this. I bought my wife some stuff. It went the distance, basically. I'm not going to go through the whole Elvis has left the building, baseball euphemisms, whatnot. I hit a home run. I did good. I did great. Sometimes you just firing on all cylinders. And that was me on Christmas. But to my wife's credit, she bought presents for everybody else in our family and did a great job of it. And everyone was super appreciative of the things that she got for them. And I would be like, oh, right, you bought that because you're a thoughtful person. And when I go to stores and see stuff, I'll be like, why would anybody buy that kind of stuff? Who would want that? People want it. People want gifts. Only people like me are like, why did you get that for me? I don't want that. It's garbage. Straight into the trash. But this year, not so much into the trash. Did well. Now, of course, we're post-Christmas. Time to start thinking about, one, moving your car from that side of the street to this side of the street. And, your New Year's resolutions. Do you guys have any New Year's resolutions? Things that you're planning to do? Mine is always get into a hot and sexy three-way. No, it is to do more voiceover auditioning, which is quite an aspiration. What else? I want to put on more weight, because then if I fail at that one, That'd be fine. But I am going to try to put on more weight because I really want to, I don't want to be on my 600-pound life, but I would, if I was on my 400-pound life, I think I'd be okay if that's, a show or whatever. Hello, Will Hines. Thank you for checking in. I don't know if if he's still there. But yeah, I think it's important to set yourself some goals that you can fail at. Let's see. I'm going to put on a ton of weight. 1. Next year, you can call me on it and be like, Lou, you didn't put on a ton of weight. And I'll be like, so? Like, that's a bad thing. But maybe my mind knows that I'm setting myself up to fail already. I don't know. On that one. On the other one, I want to do it. I'm going to succeed. Now, I'm thinking about reading a thing tomorrow on my... Or maybe... No, I have to give people a heads up. So tonight, I'm going to announce that tomorrow, I'm going to read from The Human Centipede on Twitch, I think. And so, if I will alert people and you can tune in and watch me read a holiday classic, The Human Centipede. The story of how Santa got sewn to all his elves, and some reindeer in there. Some people feel that this makes it not a human centipede, because it's not only humans, but it's also elves. But the book does not work if you want to get specific about elves. It's the concept. You get it. Yeah, so human centipede. I've read a little bit of it to myself, just to see how the flow of the book is, and it is written really stupidly. Hard to believe, I'm sure. But I hope people will tune in, because that's an important thing to me, is that I'm not alone in the world. And the way that I do that is by putting myself out there in public and doing dumb shit, and then having people be like, hey, I watched your dumb shit, and I enjoyed it. Thank you, lovers of dumb shit. I will continue to produce said shit for as long as I can, and have motivation too. Now, I am disappointed. I did want to make a music video for this holiday, but I did not. Hey, Kate O'Keefe, would you like to join me on stream? Can you? Are you at work? Are you watching Facebook at work? I'm going to bring Kate O'Keefe on stream. I don't care where she is. I'm going to add her. And she's going to say, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Kate O'Keefe, of course, is our lovely friend from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Oh, she does. You declined. How dare you? How dare you decline my invitation to join this fantastic chat? But I understand. It's a heavy burden, especially if you've got that. Oh, you're willing to say hello. Hello, Kate. I'm glad that you can have the time to say hello, but I'm disappointed that you don't have the. You didn't? Let me see if I can re-invite. Nope. Ugh. Nope. What's happening here? What? This phone. All right. Well, we'll see. Now we'll see if it works. What is wrong with all your products? The phone just went into trying to pay a bill mode. These computers and what they do, not great. Not only slowing down my phone, but they're also adding all kinds of extra nonsense to it, like making the phone suddenly try to pay with a credit card, when there's clearly nothing around that would do such a thing. What are you going to do? Anyway, so, did everyone enjoy their Christmas eggnogs? Any special cocktails that were made? I made a cranberry mojito that people seem to like. But I made a terrible mistake with my first attempt was I bought this bottle at I want to say Whole Foods that I thought was lime juice, and it was lemon juice, but it was in a green bottle. Oh, I guess it's not working. I don't know why it didn't work, Kate, but it didn't work. But anyway, I made this lime. I thought I was using lime juice. I was using lemon juice. So every cocktail I made, I was kind of like, this does not taste right. Plus, I was using Whole Foods cranberry juice, which looks wrong because it doesn't have the food coloring in it. And I didn't think it tasted as good. So anyway, we made the cranberry mojitos. Eventually, I had to run and buy some ocean spray and we had lime, so we had to hand squeeze the lime juice, which of course leads to better lime juice. But it was frustrating. So I had to throw it because I made a big batch of it, because I usually make my cocktails in like a giant thing to share with many people. But I didn't. But I did do that, but I used the wrong juice. You get the story. I finally made the cocktail right, and everyone was like, it's great. I barely had any, because I was drinking Moscow Mules, made, of course, with the Goya, and the Goya ginger beer, of course, and they were great. So great, I drank too many of them. Christmas morning was difficult, but we rallied, and amazingly, both our children woke up crazy late on Christmas Day. They were not the eager, mischievous children who are like, we have to wake up mom and dad. Do we open things? Like, wake them up. We woke up before them, and they didn't even know what to do. And then Ace didn't even wake up until like super late, like 10:30, 11. Teenage nonsense. I tell you. And then I had to listen to him last night play video games. And as I was saying to some friends of mine, just listen to him. He doesn't curse. Like when I play, I use profanity. He doesn't do that, but he does scorn people who don't have fancy skins and things like that. So there's still some sort of like bad manners happening, some BM as it's known as in the video game world. Now, of course, when I first heard the term BM, I thought bowel movement, because that is that's shorthand for a bowel movement. But in the video game world, if like you do something that's like unnecessarily mean, or like in League of Legends, if you make your character dance, like, oh, here's my character dancing, and then someone attacks you while you're doing that, that's known as BM. Bad manners. And not, I also took a bowel movement while I was doing it, or I'm treating you like a bowel movement. You are BM. That's my new adult insult to use around children. I think you're BM. That's what I think. I think that's going to catch on. 2018, our president is BM. That's what I think. But yeah, I'm hoping that it catches on, because people are using too much profanity, right? I mean, even today, people say SMD all the time. Now, when we were first pregnant with our first child, and I was trying to curtail my cursing, I tried working out all the insults I was going to use on my wife when I was mad at her without cursing, and she did not think it was funny. When I would be like, oh, I got another one. I could be like, when I'm really mad at you, I could be like, S my D, you effing B. And she was just like, thanks. Thanks for the weird insult. I was like, I'm not actually insulting you. I'm just practicing for when we have a kid and we don't want them to know what I'm saying. But in reality, I just kept cursing because I have no self-control. A characteristic that most people find endearing. At least that's the way I like to delude myself. Oh boy. Oh, you know what I'm doing tomorrow? Don't get jealous. I'm going to physical therapy for my elbow, because when I stretch it out, it hurts. And I did this at the gym. So I'm hoping that I can work out my elbows at the physical therapist and get back into shape for spring training. For when I think this elbow hurts because I played baseball with it all year and did a lot of throwing very hard at my child, because when he does things wrong, he receives a pelting punishment. That's what we call it. He said, "Your pee-pee," and no, you act like BM, you get pee-pee. That's what I like to say, because I'm a child. But yeah, so I think I could be on the way to Tommy John surgery. I don't know. I've been throwing it pretty hard, breaking off some sick, 12 to 6 curveballs, all kinds of crazy shit. The reality is I only throw knuckleballs, and knuckleballs are thrown in a weird way. It shouldn't cause that much wear and tear on my elbow, but I may also not be throwing them correctly. So physical therapy for me to try to figure out, or not try to figure out, I know I have an tennis elbowy condition over here from getting too swole in the gym. I also should probably start using human growth hormone, just because I need to get cut, 6-pack abs. Now, I think one time my former roommate in college, Jeff Villwalk, said that if I lost, at the time I probably weighed 210, 220, something like that. Now, sadly, I weigh more. But I said I wanted to lose 20 pounds, and he said, if you lose 20 pounds, you would look like a female Russian weightlifter. And I was like, oh, I don't want to look that sexy, because I need people to be able to control themselves around me. But I don't think he meant it as a compliment. So it was more of a warning, I think, if you ask me. Anyway, has anyone else read this book, Annihilation? I don't know. So far, it's okay. It's the language in it is a little confusing, but it's about like this weird phenomena that's happening, and every expedition that they've sent in has either gone crazy, disappeared, or reappeared without explanation, and so the main character is going in to find out what is happening in this weird zone, and all the animals have adjusted and like evolved to like live in this weird shifting weirdo zone. So I'm trying to so I think it's going to be a good book. I just started reading it, and it's kind of thin, although I hear the sequel books are not great. But I can't think about that. I need to think about this one just the same way that Ender's Game is an enjoyable book, but I hear the subsequent books are not great, and I have not read them because I listen to what other people say about things and don't form my own opinions about anything. Well, my time's almost up here in the car. Just a few more moments. Let's see. Only one car left on the block. The person who parked at the end of the block parked in a way I do not appreciate. At least 4 or 5 feet in from the available parking slots. But what are you going to do? You just can't do anything about those people. I wish I could fling their car into space. Same way I wish that people who cut in right at the exit could also have their car flung into space. That's a warning to you. I should go into city planning so I can develop that kind of punitive line cutting measure. But my methods are unorthodox. I don't think people would go for it. Sadly. Not enough punitive driving punishments these days, I think. Anyhow, thank you for tuning in on this day after Christmas. It's been lovely sitting here and talking to myself at you. I hope that you enjoy it, and I will see you in the new year when Sadly, the parking situation will not change here in New York City. Somewhere between the moon and New York City. Me sitting in a car. All right, see you guys later. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. If you celebrate, Happy Kwanzaa. You know anyone who celebrates Kwanzaa? I mean, I do, but it doesn't mean I have to respect it. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.